Good evening, dear Kam Clubbers. You may be surprised to see me here tonight in a YouTube setting, but I'll explain to you why. I was down in Belgium in March, and I went to the Kam Klub on the 22nd of March. Now, it didn't exactly attract what you would call a capacity crowd, but it was very sympa as always. In the course of the evening, I spoke to Rudy and I told him that I would not be able to make the barbecue in June. He then came up with the idea that I should record a mini gig and upload it to YouTube, and then he would see to it that it be put on the big screen in the Kam. I immediately liked the idea and I said yes, I will do, but I didn't realize what kind of trouble I was in for. Because I had in mind that it would be a good idea to make a video of the place where I live in Copenhagen. It's called Christianshavn, and it's a kind of mini Amsterdam or mini Bruges. The problem was that as I wanted to add the soundtracks later, I suddenly found myself in a situation where I was both cameraman, sound engineer, musician and final editor at the same time, because I had to learn how to use a gizmo, an app gizmo on my Mac computer called GarageBand, and it took me some time to find out how to use it. So being cameraman, sound engineer, musician and final editor at the same time was a bit stressful, and is responsible for the miserable result that you're going to see and hear now. I know that you have a tight schedule tonight, as always, and I can already hear John Smiley's whip in the background, so let me quickly present the pieces I'm going to play. Now, the first piece is a wonderful madrigal by Thomas Morley called Now is the Month of Maying. And I first heard this piece probably more than 30 years ago with the King Singers in Brussels, and was immediately attracted by the piece. Then recently I saw that the piece had been arranged for guitar in the German magazine Akustik Gitarre, and it just became one of those pieces that you must play. Now, after the harsh winter we've been going through, I thought that it might be a good starter for this mini gig. The video of Copenhagen, Christianshavn, was actually recorded on a sunny day in May, but the soundtracks have been added a bit later. The second piece is a very delightful piece, I think, by David Mead. It's from an album called Arboretum, and the title of the album refers to Westernbird Arboretum, I think it's called, near Bath in England, not far from where David Mead lives. Now, as I have been living, or did live in Arboretumland in Tervuren for more than 30 years, and very often frequented the nearby Arboretum, I was immediately attracted by this album, and from the album I have chosen a piece called Unseen Sunlight. The third piece is a piece called The Road to Lisdoonvarna, which is an Irish traditional here I found an arrangement in the German magazine Akustikgitarre, an arrangement by Peter Finger, no joke intended, who can probably be considered a kind of godfather to many contemporary fingerstyle guitarists. Peter Finger actually also founded Akustikgitarre, and I think he's still editor of the magazine. I have added a little something to his arrangement, also because he actually himself suggests that you should do something on your own. Lisdoonvarna is a spa town in County Clare in Ireland, and it's famous for its music and festivals. And one major event, which takes place every year in September, is a matchmaking event, purportedly the biggest in Europe. So if you fancy, well, it's entirely up to you, of course. I hope you have enjoyed the scorched sausages, hamburgers and chicken legs. And Dave, I suppose you have, or will very soon, expose the audience to the traditional Kam Klub BBQ song, which incidentally I think you should upload to YouTube. Have a great evening, and here we go, what and all.